Hello, everybody. I'm Ricky Smith. Welcome to Faith on Friday Presents. At Faith on Friday Presents, we're all about highlighting inspiring people, engaging topics, and small businesses. And while you're here, don't forget, subscribe to this YouTube channel, like our Facebook page, and follow us on Instagram. Okay, so today is interesting and different because I have to find stuff for y'all. And I think I outdid myself today. Have you ever wondered why you feel the way you feel? Where do those feelings come from? How do you deal with them? How is it that you can move forward with them, especially if you don't know where they're from? Do you ever wonder why you hold things in the way you do? And how can you release them? Well, today we're talking to somebody who's going to share this with us. And guys, I'm sorry, this one's for the ladies. Everybody, please say hello to Thema Azzie Surwa. Thema, how are you?
Woo! Hey, everybody. I am so grateful to be here. Thank you, Ricky, for having this platform and allowing us to have these powerful conversations. I'm just happy to share some of what I do and meet and greet your audience.
Oh my
So,
gosh,
hey,
this
everybody.
this is going to be so interesting because this is something I know I've never heard of, and I can only
Mhm.
imagine that some people may not have heard about it either. But we ain't even going to tell them yet, but it's going to get good. Tamer, first of all, tell us a little bit about yourself and where you're located.
So I'm located in Maryland. That's where my company is headquartered. I actually was born in Biloxi, Mississippi. So I like to cook my cornbread on top of the stove.
Oh,
Okay.
okay, we
I,
right there then.
I
Okay,
like a little bit of pot liquor. Okay, from the greens. All right. For my southern people tuning in, you
love
understand
it.
what pot liquor
Hmm.
is. And very early in my life, I recognized that I was a born leader and that God was going to use my life to teach people how to heal everything.
Mm.
And I didn't know that it was going to look like the womb sauna and the work that I do. But I have been doing business since I was 6 years old.
Wow.
I have been bringing people together my entire life
Mm.
to educate and empower them. And so I continue to stay in my assignment.
I love it. And when God gives you an assignment, stay focused. Now, you alluded quickly to the name of your company, but I'm going to say this because we're going to get into it. Y'all, her company is called the Womb Sauna. Yeah, womb, where the babies come from, y'all. The Womb Sauna. So, Tama, explain to us what that is.
So to give it context, as a toddler, I used to dump out my mom's lotions and put plants in them. I've always had a gift to try to figure out how the herbs could heal
Mhm,
the people.
mhm,
So in my 20s, I was diagnosed with infertility. They said I would never be able to be a mom.
mhm,
And that activated my journey of trying to figure out what to do with my womb. I was
mhm,
diagnosed with PCOS, which is called polycystic ovarian syndrome.
mhm,
And my ovaries were full of cysts, my cycles were irregular, I had abnormal hair growth and
mhm.
hormonal levels. But more importantly, I felt lost.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure who I was anymore. So in my 20s, I went through seven reproductive endocrinologists. I got to the
Wow.
seventh one. They said, if you ever want to become a mom, then see if your insurance covers in vitro.
Hmm.
Something activated in that doctor's office. I knew then that they didn't know me or my God.
All right
And those
now.
of you listening, if you
Hmm.
can relate to a faith moment, because this is Faith Friday, right? So
That's Faith on
I'm a
Friday.
woman of
Hmm.
faith. I come from a family of women ministers.
Hmm.
All I know is God. I don't have a memory of not hearing God and knowing God for myself. In
So
that moment,
good.
in that doctor's office, I knew there was another way.
All right.
Some of you can comment and just share or write that down. There is
Mm-hmm.
another way. I left
Mm-hmm.
that office and I found a book called Sacred Woman
Hmm.
by a woman named Queen Afua. And there was one sentence that talked about steaming the womb with herbs. And it just stuck out. And I was like, what
Wow.
is this? And that book you read with a community of women. So when I
Mm-hmm.
visited them in Atlanta, they took me to a Korean spa.
Mm-hmm.
This petite woman who barely spoke any English was like, I have something for you. I
Mm-hmm.
sit down. I'm doing something that I've never done before.
Sure.
Because sometimes you have to do that to get what you've never had before.
You better preach.
Okay.
Do what you've
So
never done before to get what you've never had before. Y'all just write amen in the comment. Go ahead.
I just want y'all to have this moment with me. So I'm getting butt naked. I'm doing
Mm-hmm.
something radical now. I ain't never did nothing like this. I'm undressing. I'm
Mhm.
sitting on the pot of herbs. Till this day, I can't even tell you what herbs were in that pot.
Wow.
What I can tell you is it had been over a year since I had had my cycle.
Mm-hmm.
I can
Wow.
tell you that I did not feel like a woman because
Mm-hmm.
I was having this disorder.
Mm-hmm.
And within 20 minutes, my cycle came down. And I said,
Wow.
wait a minute. And that is what activated the woman you are listening to. That is the foundation that birthed my company. I
Mm-hmm.
don't teach what I don't have to live and embody.
That's
I had
good.
to heal my womb. And as I began that journey, after that moment, I started dreaming of herbs. It was so interesting. It was
Wow.
as if somebody took the cork off of the bottle, and all of these memories of who I was born to be
Mm.
came flooding in.
Mm-hmm.
And literally, I was in corporate America. I wrote my resignation letter. I put it on my
Wow.
altar. I would pray over it every day. The day that I got the courage to turn it in, my
Mm-hmm.
supervisor, with tears in his eyes, fired me. I put that thing right back in the briefcase. I said,
Wow.
won't he do it?
Won't he
Look at
will?
that. And the next day, I was on the road. I would put my Womb Sauna kit in the trunk of my car. And
Mm-hmm.
within the first year, I covered half of the United States,
My gosh.
introducing women to this work and showing them how, if your womb is unhealthy, I can
Mm-hmm.
trace what is not healthy in your life,
Wow.
what's not healthy in your mind, your body, and your spirit.
Mm-hmm.
So, women come for fibroids,
Yeah.
infertility, PMS, menopause. We
Mm-hmm.
start healing daddy wounds. We start
Uh-oh.
healing, traumas from their childhood. And they're like, whoa, who knew popping a squat on a pot could do all of this? And so that's the story of how the womb sauna was born.
I think that is so great. And you've just given us so much already to unpack. And I'm gonna try hard not to start unpacking it because we could be here all day. But David, one of the things, why the womb? What is so significant about that that is part of the healing?
God ordained the woman's womb
Mm-hmm.
to be the bridge between heaven and earth.
Whew.
There is not a human being on the planet who did not pass through the womb.
Mm-hmm.
The
Mm-hmm.
womb stores so much information, even the things that we may forget,
Yeah.
the body remembers, the body
Mm-hmm.
keeps score. So for women in particularly, working on your womb activates your creative power.
Wow.
Because the womb, if you think about the womb, it cycles every month with
Mm-hmm.
the potential to create, with the capacity to create one of the most powerful things on the planet, a human being,
That's right.
personality, bones, or everything is made in the womb. You take
Yeah.
the spirit of that human being and you transfer it to earth,
Mm.
right? So I teach women, I'm like, now listen now, if God gave you that kind of power, why you can't pay your cable bill? Right? Like,
Wow.
what's
Did
going
you,
on?
we
Like,
went
what's
from the
going on?
spiritual and slammed into earth. Why can't you pay your
That's,
cable bill? Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
are we going to have a conversation?
Well, let's
Like,
go
you are
there.
fearfully and
And wonderful.
wonderfully made. So there's a disconnect. My favorite book is called A Course in Miracles.
Mm-hmm.
And my favorite quote from that book says, the greatest miracle you can ever experience in your life
Mm-hmm.
is to see yourself correctly.
Hmm. That's so good.
So literally the womb, when you're dealing with pain, endometriosis, all of those reproductive and
Mm-hmm.
endocrine disorders,
Mm-hmm.
it's a signal from your body, ladies, that something is not harmonized in your ability to create what
Mm-hmm.
you want in your life. And
Oh,
when women
yes.
work with me, I've had women who've had one session, have been working with me for years. They get off of that pot, they go birth $1 million businesses.
Wow.
They go change their love life.
Mm-hmm.
They heal generational strongholds and curses in their bloodline. Like I could have never imagined the level of impact
Mm-hmm.
that this kind of work would have created.
Yeah, I can imagine. Now, you've said it over and over, and I know folks are wondering, what pot are we talking about here? Explain the chair. You have to, because it's
So
so incredibly
I
interesting.
know it's so different, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what it looks like is a chair that's open at the bottom, similar to like a toilet seat. It's open. And underneath that is a pot of herbs. We
Mm-hmm.
have 6 different formulations. Each of our herbal formulations come with a prayer. So we have rest and surrender.
Mm-hmm.
Our herbal line is called God Medicine, right? So we
Mm-hmm.
have rest and surrender, get grounded. And these different formulations are
Mm-hmm.
based upon your health profile. So we get that intake form. I have practitioners, so that's why I'm saying we.
Mm-hmm.
We get that intake form and you schedule an appointment with us. We do your
Mm-hmm.
health consultation and then we put you in treatment. You're
Wow.
covered from your neck to the ground. The
Mm-hmm.
capes that we use help lock in that steam.
Mm-hmm.
And because the womb tissues, your yoni tissues, are the most absorbent on your
Wow.
body,
Mm-hmm.
they're able to drink in that medicine.
Mm-hmm.
And as you're sweating and your pores are opening,
Mm-hmm.
your body is taking in that herbal steam. Your body knows what to do with what God made.
That's so good. Mm-hmm.
So that's why you can eat a whole bag of chips, but you can't eat a whole bag of carrots because your body knows carrots and how
Mm-hmm.
many you need. It comes from nature. The
That's
body
good.
doesn't know what to do with this processed manufactured stuff. So it's spending the majority of the time trying to figure out what's in it
Oh
instead of
gosh.
digesting it. So when
Mm-hmm.
you get into the domain of what I call Earth's pharmacy, it's
Mm-hmm.
easy to heal.
Yeah.
Somebody needs to receive that and decree that over your life. I don't know who's listening and
Mm-hmm.
who has been wrestling with your body. Your body is not at war with you. Your
Oh
body
wow.
loves you so much that it is doing everything to survive. The
Wow.
hardest thing for the human body to do is die. So the
Mm-hmm.
body will exhaust all methods. It'll create pain, it'll create inflammation, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the experience. When you come into the womb sauna, we have the consultation with you to review your health profile.
Mm-hmm.
We pick your herbs and we service our clients one on one. We sit
Mm-hmm.
with you. It's
Wow.
me, you, God, and the pot. And what goes in the pot stays in the
Stays in
pot.
the pot.
And the way you
Wow.
came in is you're going to leave different because it's
Yeah,
hard to be with God and
that's
remain the
right.
same.
And not be changed. That is so true
Yeah,
and so good.
it's difficult.
So now you said when you first received this yourself after going through your issues, you traveled across the country
Yes. I
introducing
was sleeping
this.
on floors. I was sleeping on couches. The testimony of just who I am as a businesswoman is
Mm-hmm.
great because I know what it's like to grind. And I
Mm-hmm.
didn't start the womb sauna with any money. All I had was faith and a clarity about my assignment. And
Mm-hmm.
that
So good.
unlocked doors for me. So I went
Mm-hmm.
from sleeping on the floor to serve these women and introduce them to this to being invited to penthouses and mansions. Like I,
Mm-hmm.
my brand is in 17 countries today. I could not have imagined
Wow.
this.
Tama,
I
my
just
gosh.
knew I wanted to help women heal.
Mm-hmm.
And what's funny is 12 years later, that's still all I know. That's the
Isn't that
core
something?
principle
Yeah.
that drives my ambition and my momentum.
Mm-hmm.
So clarity is what allows for execution.
Mm-hmm.
And I do want to say to people who have been asking God, what's next in my life? I
Mm-hmm.
want you to recognize that confusion is a decision.
Woo. I'm sorry. Say that again for the folks in the back.
Confusion is God sends you
Wow.
information about who you are every day.
Mm-hmm.
Everything in the world knows that you are a child of God but you. And so
Wow.
sometimes we lean on this energy and this self-concept
Mm-hmm.
that I don't know. I call it the I don't know syndrome. I don't let my
Mm-hmm.
clients get away with it. I say, I guess we're gonna be here all day because this is your life.
This is
Nobody
your
else
life.
can live it for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I just want to encourage somebody who maybe feeling like, what is next? You get to decide.
You
God
get to
has given you
decide.
free will.
Mm-hmm.
Don't sabotage
Mm-hmm.
your momentum
Mm-hmm.
because of fear.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Reverend Ike in one of his lectures says, "Who needs a devil when you hold the self-concept that you do?
Oh my goodness. Girl, you doing
You
all the
can
preaching
get
today.
in God's way." So I unlock women, I activate them. That's how women
Yeah.
describe me. I'm
Mm.
Googleable. If you want to vet and see my receipts on the internet, just
Mhm.
Google me. I mean, women all over the internet have said I went in for a yoni steam and it changed my whole life.
That is amazing. Now,
Yeah.
Tim, so it's all over the country. Where I live at in El Paso, Texas,
Mhm.
have never heard of a womb sauna or this particular steam, nor have I ever heard of this womb chair. Is Can we find you everywhere that we can go someplace and have this treatment
Yeah.
done?
Yes. So we have a certification program where I train and put my stamp on
Mm-hmm.
womb sauna practitioners. And on our website, you can put
Mm-hmm.
in your zip code and see if you can find a womb sauna practitioner near you.
Mm-hmm.
If not, you can contact us. We may have a student in training,
Mm-hmm.
and all of my students are required to do an apprenticeship where they service three women at no cost to graduate. So if we
Mm-hmm.
have someone in training, you might even be able to have the experience just as part of their apprenticeship and get in there and get some healing. So there is a
Mm-hmm.
directory on our website.
Okay.
And my team answers our phones 24/7. We're a global company. So we
Mm-hmm.
have people, inquiring in different time zones. So call us.
Wow.
You can absolutely speak with a live person and get some
That's amazing.
questions
And
answered.
what's the website, Tim?
So it's thewombsauna.com.
Okay.
And from there, you'll see our social media pages. We're all over Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube. On our YouTube channel, we have over 200 videos
Mm.
and content there that you can start feeding off of to
Mm-hmm.
start empowering yourself. We
Mm-hmm.
also launched a womb sound therapy playlist that you can
Wow.
bookmark right off of our website. So that if you just want to play healing music as you're
Mm-hmm.
working throughout your day or preparing to go to sleep,
Mm-hmm.
we have those sound therapies for you. So my vision and my assignment is for my company to have everything a woman needs to be whole,
Mm-hmm.
healthy, and empowered. And so we've
Wow.
created, I have a whole empire now. We got programs, the
Mm-hmm.
university. We have, I mean, I could roll down a scroll, I feel like, but that just goes
Yeah.
to show how big God is, that sometimes our dreams, we have tunnel vision.
Yeah. We do.
But
We can.
it was through working with the women that I discovered how much support
Mm-hmm.
women actually need. And I've
Yeah.
created.
I tell some of my friends, and it is hard being a woman anyway. And then
It is
trying to
definitely.
hatch another human can be tough, and it takes a lot out of you. And then after that, then you have to be, as Shaka Khan and them have said, now you have to be every woman. And
That
when you
part.
said we need the support, we need the support. I love what you said, understanding how big God is. I have a friend, she says it all the time. We serve a big, bad, awesome God. And I love hearing that what you're doing was assigned. And because of that,
Yes.
it has been incredibly successful. Don't worry, everybody. If you did not get her information, everything is going to be in the description below. And don't forget, subscribe to this YouTube channel, like our Facebook page, and follow us on Instagram. Tama, my friend, before I let you go, we got to play a game, girl.
Let's do it. Let's do
So
it.
this game is so simple. It's called What's Your Favorite? Because we're going to get to know a little bit more about you. I'm going to ask you just a couple of things, and you're just going to tell me what your favorite is. Are you ready to play, my friend?
Yes, let's do it.
All right, let's do this. All right, what is your favorite kitchen gadget?
Oh, my Instapot.
That part right there.
I
Say less.
can
I'm
bake,
all about it.
fry, I can do everything.
I like that. What is your favorite advice that you've ever given?
You are enough.
Mm, girl, you doing everything right now. What is your favorite time of day?
Midday when the sun is hottest. I love to go sit in the sun.
Really?
Yes, it helps my vitamin D3 levels.
Oh my God. See, where I live at, we live on the sun, so we don't want to be out in it. It's a thing. Yeah, no.
Oh, yeah, true, true.
What is your favorite genre of music?
Oh, lately it's been Brazilian hip hop.
I I don't even know what to do with that. Brazilian hip hop. Okay, why not?
I
I
don't
love
even know what they're saying, but it's just the beat. It just
love it.
gets me.
I'm gonna have to check that out. And finally, my friend, finish this sentence. I have a ridiculous amount of blank.
Joy,
Aww,
unspeakable joy.
I love that.
Happiest time of my life.
Oh my God, girl, living the dream, huh?
Yeah, yeah,
Thema,
for real.
thank you so much for being with me today. I appreciate you, your time, your expertise, and your willingness to share it with us.